All right, welcome to the W2W live after show right here on YouTube. Joining me from the LA studios, as always, is the Raider Pirate. What's going on, Pirate?
What's going on, Raider Nation?
Wow, we are the best in the West. We are on top of the division. We are in first place. And Pirate, I'm going to have to give it to you. You said we needed to win by 10. We got it by 10. I know they got that late touchdown, but I think we just got a little too laxed on defense, but it doesn't matter. We're the best in the West. We're the third best team in the National Football League. We are in control of our own destiny, brother. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are pretty simple.
If you're afraid, then you come on with me. I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get it.
It's going down for real. Man, it just went down. I can't believe it. I texted over across tonight right before that interception. But this game has had some ups and some downs. But, I mean, we just ran the ball tonight. We punked the Broncos. We punched them in the throat. It's like I said, instead of this jab, 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 not a big night for Derek Carr, but big enough. This offensive line absolutely destroyed Denver's defensive line. Von Miller, he had the sack, but pretty much was a non-factor. We went after all the things that we talked about, going after the tight ends, going after the running backs. Like you said, he tried to get the ball out there to the fullback, got intercepted, whatever, but it wasn't, complete. Just like I said, we clearly look like the better football team out there tonight. No question about it. At the quarterback position, at the running back position, certainly our offensive line. How about those wide receivers? Hey, if they're not elite wide receivers, why do you got to keep holding them? Why do you got to keep
PI after PI?
Exactly. If they're not elite, why can't you just cover them and intercept the ball and stuff? Defensively, this defense came in. They played lights out. DJ Hayden did a good job. Even the pass interference, whatever. I mean, you're going to get that.
Right.
But, Khalil Mack shows up. Bruce Irvin shows up. Reggie Nelson
Latham had a good game as well.
Latham was incredible in the middle against the run. Everybody just balled out today. There were some things, like you said, that last play, an obvious block in the back. I mean, you're watching that play as he's running the screen, and you see the guy right in front of the referee just push our guy right in the back, and it's not called. But if that was us, the flag would have been out there. But again, we didn't get penalized very much. We got penalized on some obvious things.
Some pre-snap stuff, some holding.
Special teams, man. Special teams, big time in this game.
Hey, Marquette King going to ride that pony. Marquette ride that pony. That was some cool stuff, man. Marquette King makes my day every time I see him do stuff like that. The best thing about this game was it's Sunday night football. It's national television. It was to be on top of the AFC West, and this team did not let us down at all. They played four quarters. Well, I don't want to say four. They could have did a lot better in the third. But that's neither here nor there. They came out and played a complete game, something we haven't seen all season long. They showed why they're a team to be reckoned with. And how about this defense, huh? How about this defense? This defense came out. Yes, it was against Simeon. Yes, it was against Booker. I don't care. They played four quarters of really good football, and we haven't got the pieces that we're talking about yet that's going to make this defensive front, this front seven, so much better. And again, man, we are not just won the game tonight and took over the West. We made a statement to the rest of the league that we are a playoff football team, and we're coming. We're coming.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think there's a difference if we'd gone out there and one, had to come back and we were down and XYZ. In this game, I mean, I think this could have been blown way more out of proportion. We still scored 30 points, folks. We scored 30 points. Now, everybody's going to talk. Everybody's going to run their mouth. Well, they didn't have Aqib Talib and they didn't have this other guy. Okay, that's fine. The story doesn't end here tonight. The story ends in December when we got to go there. But it's probably going to be snowing, and it'll set up well for a ground game, which I think our ground game is better than their ground game. if they run Latavius Murray the way that they ran Latavius Murray tonight, I mean, if we had been doing this all season long, get him back there 6 yards, get him running off that left side. This is what we were talking about. This is what makes me so frustrated, because we talked about this. Why did we go out and get this line? Why? These guys are monstrous run blockers. Why are we not running the ball? We saw it tonight. So I don't even care. I don't even care if we haven't done it for 8 weeks. Doesn't matter. We can do it. Chris Collinsworth, it's taken him a long time, people. But he was just saying glowing things about this team, about our owner, about Oakland and everything else. But he brought up a great point. He said, look, these guys can play power football. Yeah. They can also throw the ball against you. They're playing much better defense. This doesn't look like the 31st ranked defense. It really doesn't.
Not at all.
We look like we had Denver's defense. I mean, we could have played better. But once again, I mean, if we just do this, I want to see some more of this, pound that ball. Last week, Derek Carr goes off throwing the ball all over the place for 500 yards. This week, we're able to run the ball for 200 yards. Wrap your brain around that, okay? Against Denver. Now, again, everybody said, you can throw the ball on Denver, but wrap your brain around that. Last week, throw for 500 yards. The following week, run for 200 yards. And these weren't cheap runs.
No.
These were hard, smash mouth, pounding. There were some big ones. Again, Latavius Murray had the big 50-yard run, and then Richard had the 25-yard run. But this was over 200 yards. So we got some callers online. I'm going to actually take over. I'm going to try to go live here on Facebook. On the Oakland Raider. Go ahead.
You guys we're going to try to take this live as well. We're going to be live on YouTube and live on Facebook at Oakland Raider Football on Facebook. So if there's anything wrong with your feed, you could check Pirate out there, taking the calls and talking to us. And let the haters hate, y'all. Let them hate. Why? Because they didn't need a keep to lead, because they couldn't stop our running backs. They could not stop our running backs that we rushed for 218 yards. We ran it right down their throat, something that we said they needed to do anyway. So a keep to lead, no a keep to lead. You couldn't stop Latavius Murray tonight. 3 touchdowns, 100, and I think he had 130 yards at least rushing the football. Man, this is the kind of victory we needed. And we set the tone, running the football out of the eye, not out of the shotgun. Derek Carr under center, and when he had to throw, he made the throws he needed to make. And they were holding him. This game from start to finish was the kind of Raider football we've been dying for all year, and it couldn't have came at a better time against our arch rivals, the Super Bowl champions for the AFC West. Baby, we got 7 games to go. We already matched our record from last year. It's on. That's all I got to say is it's on. And the schedule only gets easier from here.
All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Hey, those of you guys joining us on Facebook, man, this is the after show, the Will to Win after show. We're here. Raiders are 7-2. What an incredible game. We're talking about it. You guys can call in. We have a live call-in number. Jason, go ahead and tell them the number.
All right, guys. The number is 1-888-912-9846. The phone number is 1-888-912-9846. Give us a call. Give us your enthusiasm. Give us your insight. Ask us anything you want to ask us. The phone lines are hot right now. 1-888-912-9846.
Hey, man, we are 7-2. We got 200 people watching this right now. Let's go ahead and move to our first phone call. Again, guys, give us a call. Tell us what you thought. But let's go to our first caller here, calling from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Caller, you're on.
Oh, my God. Are you guys kidding me? This is Jay. No Raider, just Jay.
Jay, what's happening, man?
What's up, brother?
Oh, my God. Can I get a Raider?
You're coming in pretty low, Jay.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, there
now
you go.
We can.
Tell us your thoughts on the game, brother. Tell us your thoughts on the game. We can do it, but it's a Sunday night, man. My daughter has school tomorrow, so I can't get too crazy. But we're gonna do it one time because she's still awake. She's still awake. Raiders! All right, Jay, man, tell us what you thought about the game.
Oh my God, we say Richard, yes. Finley, yes. Mac, yes. I mean, we just, Cooper, Crabtree. I mean, Crabtree didn't get involved till late in the game, but I mean, we had it all there. We out-coached somebody for once. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. This was the first complete game that the Raiders have played. I mean, defense, special teams, Marquette King playing out of his mind. And I'm over here. I just came from the Tampa game. I was at the Tampa game. This was a complete game. What was it? 5 or 6 penalties that were accepted? I mean, it was just a good game. I'm going to take what you guys have to say off the air, but, I mean, let's just win.
Amen.
There's nothing else to say. Let's just.
All right. All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you calling, man. We hope to hear from you. Just Jay, man. No Raider Jay. He said just Jay today, baby.
Just Jay today.
7-2. Tell us what you guys think. 7-2 right now. Let's move on to our next caller. Calling in from Springfield, Missouri. Caller, you're on.
Hey, fellas, it's Joe Raider fan. How you doing?
How's it
What's
going,
going
brother?
on, brother?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Are you
kidding me? Let me tell you, man, what is so awesome, you hear Jack Del Rio always talking about where it starts, right, fellas? It starts in the trenches, and
That's right.
we dominated.
That's
We
right.
dominated on the defensive line. We dominated on the O-line. And our defense, I got to tell you, man, you know, I've talked to you guys several times. Our D came to play. That first series, I've never seen so much energy. And the last caller said that we out-coached him, and he is absolutely right. It was just an all-around unbelievable victory. I was so nervous going into this game, as I'm sure you were, and all the
Absolutely.
Raiders fans.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm just pumped.
Yes.
There's nothing else I can say. We got a real team.
And, you know, one of the things, too, is that we didn't – this seemed like a game we were going to win the entire game long. It really didn't seem – you know, it seemed like they came out to play. It seemed like they were pumped. They were about town business. They were in Oakland. I don't want to hear anymore. The Raiders can't win in Oakland. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. We're on a 3-game win streak at this point. We're number 1 in our division. We've won at home, so let's put that one aside. Now it's about continuing to move forward. If this defense can play the way that it played today, and then we can run the ball the way that we ran the ball today, this is an entirely different team. We got a lot of calls on the line, brother. Anything else you got to say before we go?
All right, all I'm going to say, fellas, is, you know, I live in Missouri, right? I'm the Ozarks Raiders fan.
Yep.
The AFC West, the championship, runs through Kansas City. That's all I'm going to tell you, bro.
Yeah.
I go to every Kansas City Raiders game every year. It goes to Kansas City. All right, fellas, thanks.
All right, brother.
All right,
Hope to
brother.
hear from you again.
All right, brother.
I agree. I totally agree. I think Kansas City looks like the best team outside of us. I think we look like the best team in the West. I don't think we lose that game against Kansas City again. I think there were some calls that we made early on in that game. There was a little bit of nervousness, and obviously Andy Reid outcoached us. But I think we play against the Kansas City Chiefs again. We kick them in the teeth. Give them the number again. We're getting some people on Facebook asking for the number, and I always forget it, and it's not popping up on my screen.
All right. So, all right.
All right.
For our Facebook listeners, it's 1-888-912-9846. 1-888-912-9846.
9846. All right, let's move on to our next caller. Calling in from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Caller, you're on.
Oh, dude, I am ecstatic. I'm so happy. So freaking happy. I'm here in my town, there's a lot of Bronco fans. They're probably crying and bitching and complaining like they always do. You know, it's beautiful, man. I'm so happy that we won this game. I'm so pumped we won at home. I'm like, yes, Raiders. I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic, man. I'm really happy. Like, my basketball team didn't win, but it is what it is with that. But I'm so happy, man, that we're on top of the West. I'm pumped up. Really mad at DJ Aiden because he played kind of like crap earlier, but I'm really proud of the defense regardless. You know, that pick by Reggie Nelson was great. I'm so pumped, and I'm really excited. I'm so happy for the Raider Nation. We deserve this and everything. through a lot of crap, you know, a lot of BS, a lot of politics, all that other stuff. But to overcome all that and just stay together and play like a badass game like we did today, it's a beautiful thing to see, you know. It's a beautiful thing to see. And just had a question for you guys, real quick. Now that we got like this major like national televised game, you know, like, what do you think the pundits are going to start saying about the Raiders? Do you think they're still going to try to throw some shade our way, or just give us some mad thoughts and respect and love for all the hard work and determination that we're doing? Like, we're doing everything right. So I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah. All right, man. We appreciate it.
By the way, sorry.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Pedro. You know what? I said it earlier. I think what's going to happen is they're going to come in tomorrow and say they're still not sold on the Raiders. You know, we beat the Broncos without Aqib Talib. What a different defense it is with Aqib Talib in there. But I'm going to tell you, Aqib Talib wasn't stopping Latavius Murray from pounding into the end zone. Aqib Talib wasn't getting beat down, you know, the middle of the field. There are some things we could have did to shake this game up even more. I think Musgrave passed too, you know, he threw the ball too much out to the periphery against these linebackers, and you really need to be attacking them up the seam. I think we could have blew it wide open, but that's just not our offense. It was obvious, I think, to anybody on the offensive line and on the defensive line, we were better than the Broncos. We were not better than the Kansas City Chiefs on the offense and defensive line. So that's where it's going to come. That's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion. But I think there's no denying we're 7-2. We're 7-2. We're right behind the Patriots. So you can't say that we're not a good team. We beat the Super Bowl champions. We did it at home where we've been struggling. They came out. This looked like a totally different team. I have not seen this particular team all year long. I mean, they looked like they were in control the entire game. Special teams was out of its mind. Defense played extremely well. There were gaps, and they went into zones, and they tend to go into shells too quickly, in my opinion, with not enough of a lead. But offensively, I mean, we just enforced our will on them. I said it in our pregame show. I said it on our weekly show. We're going to jab. We're going to jab. We're going to jab. We're going to go to your body. Go to your body. Go to your body. And then, boom! It's time for us to come for your chin. That's what they did today, man. They came for the chin, and they knocked the Broncos the bleep out.
Yeah, let the haters hate. Like we said, you know, talk Aqib Talib all you want. He, like you said, he wasn't in the run game. He wouldn't have been a part of that run game. Latavius Murray took this game over. Rashard took this game over. Special teams, Marquette King riding that pony. Just ride that pony, dog. Ride out. It was just
ride that donkey.
Ride that donkey. Hey, ride that donkey. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Let the haters hate. We showed today against a top-rated defense that this offense is no joke. This offense cannot be stopped. I don't care. You know, the only thing that stops this offense is itself. The pre-snap penalties, holding penalties. Outside of that, this is a hard offense to stop. We showed tonight that we could be the power running game. Carr, like I said, made the throws that he had to. So let all the haters hate. It doesn't even matter at this point. The Raiders showed why they're the third best team in the NFL, the second best team in the AFC. But yes, we are number one in the West. And we deserve it, man. We played hard tonight, and we had that game from beginning to end.
That's right, man.
I'm super pumped on this. I'm really excited. Man, love to the will to win, Pirate, everybody on that team. You guys are awesome. You're awesome as hell. You just night everybody. Just keep doing the great work, and man, love, peace, love, and harmony to the Raider Nation.
All right, brother, man. We hope to hear from you in a couple of weeks, man.
There he is.
All right, brother.
Raiders.
We got some people coming on here again, but
if you're afraid, then come on with me. And I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get
it's coming down for real. Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next caller. Calling in from Carruthers, California. Caller, you're on. All right, caller, you're on mute now, but you're still on. We got a caller calling in from El Paso, Texas. Caller, you're on.
How you like them? Apple.
That's it. That's it.
In the West, you finally played a complete game.
That's what I want to hear tonight, man. That's what I want to hear.
7-2, man. Tell us what you thought about the game, man. Give us your input. Hang on a second. We're going to need, looks like he just got cut off. The number again. People are asking for the number. Give them the number again.
Okay, the number to call in is 1-888-912-9846. That's 1-888-912-9846.
I don't know how to type it into this. I don't know how to do that. It shows me something, but all right. Let's go to Hagerstown, Maryland. We got a caller calling in from Maryland. Caller, you're on.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's happening,
What's going
man?
on, brother?
Hey, not much. Hey, first of all, I'd just like to thank you guys for running this channel. You know, I listen to all your podcasts. I'm way out here in Maryland, the other side of the country, so it's nice to hear some Raider fans every now and then.
Absolutely.
Anyway, man, I'm so excited, man. I've been a Raider fan for 31 years. And finally, I mean, I know we haven't been playing the best teams, but at least we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat. We finally played a good team, and we beat them. Now we can Sports Center and all this places can just shut up, and we're the team to beat now in the AFC. Broncos, they got to play Kansas City twice, so hopefully they beat each other up, knock each other down a little bit. They got to play San Diego. They're a tough team. I know we do too. But, man, DJ Carey coming in. Who would have thought when Sean Smith came out, our defense was even better? I know he had a bad start of the season, but, man, that really worried me. Carey came in, and he held it down. We gave up that bomb. We gave up that horrible 69-yard little scat play.
Yeah.
But other than that, we were solid. I was just hoping the Carr would get that touchdown to Crabtree. I got a little 3-year-old, and she just loves Crabtree. We were in GameStop the other day, and she just starts going, Raiders. Raiders. Looking at me, like, you do get too old to do it. You just do.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, guys, I just wanted to thank you for running this, and man, I'm happy. We finally beat them guys, and we have a bye week coming up, so we got 2 weeks to just celebrate. Love it.
Amen.
Amen, man. All right, brother. Well, we appreciate your call. We got a lot of people on the line here, so we do appreciate your call. You got any last words before we move on?
Just keep the train rolling, guys. Raider Nation.
Raider Nation.
Raiders.
All right, brother, man. We appreciate the call. We'll talk to you soon.
Just keep the train rolling, guys. Raider Nation. Raider.
All right. Our next caller is calling in from Durham, North Carolina.
Hey guys, how y'all doing, man?
What's happening,
up,
brother,
brother?
man?
Not a whole lot, brother. Boy, it feels good to be sitting here at 7-2.
Oh, it's the best feeling, man. Something we've been waiting a long time for.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, man. You've been here since the beginning. Wouldn't it have been great if we came out in the preseason and played like that? If we just pounded the ball, if we just enforced our will on people, if we just took the shots that needed to be taken and played some decent defense, wouldn't that have been great, man? Where would we? I mean, you know, we're still in a great position, but it feels a lot different today than it did after that Atlanta game. You know?
It does, and this is what happens when the season starts and you got a whole bunch of new pieces and you really don't know exactly what you got.
Right.
After a couple of games, you go through trial and error. This works, this doesn't work. We can do this, we can't do that. And then you start at this point. Like I was telling you, I think I mentioned it to you guys maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago. When we get to the midway point and get to that bye week, let's see what we look like.
Right.
Defenses start to come around. Still getting up, little big big plays here and there, but they're a lot better now than they were in week 1, 2, and 3. It just takes a little time. And we got our pieces. The pieces that they want out there, the pieces are playing a lot better together. They're communicating a lot better. They're filling gaps, filling holes offensively. That offensive line is a damn monster.
It's a monster. It's a monster. That's what I'm saying. That's what I expected that we were going to do. You know, it took us 9 weeks, but we did what I expected this offense to do. Come out there, pound the ball. But think about the defense. Think about this, okay? You get Mario Edwards Jr. back, and then you get Aldon Smith back to come in off the edge. I think we potentially, if the secondary continues to play the way that it's been playing and improving, I think potentially we can have as good of a defense as Denver. Khalil Mack said it in the preseason. It obviously was the opposite of Denver, the first 4 or 5 games of the season. But it's looking better and better and better. Like you said, they're mixing and matching, putting different guys in there. And we're beginning to see the fruit of that. Now you're going to start getting some guys back that are healthy. Stacey McGee will be coming back. He was our best player in the middle. He's going to be coming back. What's going on with Jelly Ellis? I wasn't sure what the heck was happening with that, but love the fact that Menelik Watson got back in there. Look, man, we can enforce our will on teams. It's like they were saying, I don't understand this. You're at the 2-yard line and you throw the fade. What's wrong with you? You've been just pounding the ball. Why don't you just run the ball 4 times and try to get it in the end zone? Instead, you throw the fade to and they had the one-on-one coverage, so that's fine. But my thing is, if we can run when we want to run, not when we need to run, if we can run when we want to run, guys, this is a dangerous football team. We were never in a position where I thought we were going to lose this game today. Not at any point. At the end, it got a little bit dicey because that's the way that it always seems to get, because you get conservative. But throughout the game, I never felt like, oh God, we're gonna lose this game. This is not a good game for us. So, all right, man, we got to move on. We got a lot. Go ahead. Your final point.
Exactly. I don't know why we didn't pound that ball in down there on the goal line. I mean, I'm sitting here saying, okay, 1st and goal, let's just run the ball. The hell with time.
Right.
But Mike comes up with a great thing. I love it sometimes. Run the ball twice and throw for the stick. That should be our offense philosophy in the first quarter of every game. Run the ball twice, throw for the stick.
Right.
Hey guys, I know you got a lot of callers coming in. I appreciate you guys. By the way, last week, I was rooting for all the damn penalties. If we're going to get that many damn penalties, let's break the damn record. Yes, and I enjoyed last week as well. Guys, have a good one. I think guys next week, man.
All right, brother, man. You take care. All right, our next caller's calling in from Indianapolis, Indiana. Man, they're calling from all over the nation. The nation is pumped up right now. We got Indiana, we got California, New York, we got Maryland, New Hampshire, Colorado, people of Huntsville, Texas, folks. We got the Watts Raider on the line. So right now, Indianapolis, Indiana, caller, you're on.
Hey, this is Raider Z. What's up?
What's going on?
Brother? What's up, bro? Hey, I said Carr was the best QB in the league.
Carr today played a heck of a game. I think he made a few mistakes, but all in all, he did what he needed to do. He was clearly the best quarterback on the field, and like I said, I think he's in the MVP debate. Man, what did you think about this game overall?
What I think is that we don't have a chance to win any game unless we got Carr on the field.
Absolutely.
When you guys first started up this program, I called like the second or third time you guys had it on, and I called and I said, hey, look,
do you think Carr can be the best quarterback in the National Football League? And I'm not trying to hate, but you guys said maybe, right? You and the night say, oh, maybe maybe next year, maybe the year after that. And I said, hey, Carr is the best quarterback in the NFL. And you guys said maybe if he progresses, if they call the right plays and da-da-da-da. I said Carr is the best quarterback in the National Football League. I'm way out in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I am the only person that I've ever heard in my life that I've ever heard on ESPN, NFL Network, and no matter ABC, NBC, that said that Carr is the best quarterback. And you just said that he's up for debate for MVP. Well, what does that mean? If he's MVP, he's the best player on the field. He's the best player in the NFL. How am I in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm the only guy that says that Derek Carr is the best quarterback in the NFL? Can you fill me in on that?
Absolutely, man.
Are you going to say some shit about Bill Musgrave? Are you going to say some shit about the defense? Are you going to say some shit about how?
Okay, easy, partner. We're 7-2. We're number 1 in the AFC West. We just came off a huge game at home in Oakland, and we're not sure if Derek Carr is the best quarterback in the NFL. He's playing well. He's in conversation for the MVP. We have a season to they don't give you MVP at week 9, and nobody here is going after Derek Carr. So once again, man, we appreciate your phone call, but put down the glass of Cutty Sark, man. Put down the glass of Cutty Sark. It's going to be all right. All right, let's move on to our next caller, Visalia, California. Caller.
What's up, Tim?
What's up, Tim?
Hey guys, what a game. 7-2. We can run the ball, we can pass the ball. Doesn't matter what we do. If we have to score 10 field goals, we're going to win games. That's all that matters, man.
That's it.
Just win, baby.
Jano did a decent job again, man. He missed a kick, but like I said, I don't care. He made the ones that he had to make. Special teams, today, and we've talked about it before. Knight, I want to get your take on this too. And Tim, you can pop in as well. But we've talked about this. The Raiders haven't played a complete game. They haven't played a game where you could give them an A on offense, an A on defense, and an A on special teams. I'm going to give this team an A on offense, just for what they were able to do to instill their will. They played a slugger-type game today, and they carried it out. I'm going to give the defense an A. It's not the defense's fault that the defensive coordinator decides, okay, let's protect a 13-point lead and let's start playing some prevent defense and try to run out the clock and do all this other kind of stuff. That is not – you can't blame that on the defense. The defense can play extremely well the entire game and then give up a long, touchdown or whatever because you're just leaving everybody running wide open. But special teams, this was huge. Marquette King, then the fact that we catch the ball at the 1 yard line, pinning them back, getting good field position. This is the type of game that Jack Del Rio wants to be in, a field position game. He's okay with punting the ball away. We've talked about this before, but I say this team can do more than that. This team can be dominant. This can be a dominant team. Just pound the hell out of that football, strike people when their body is weak, play good defense and do whatever you can do to continue to score points, man. Knight, your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I think the
special teams
is underrated. Not just on this football team, but in the league. And when it comes down to it, we got a guy like Marquette King that wants to ride that donkey. It's
donkey.
Field position is huge. If you look at that first quarter, we had the ball near the 50 every possession. So this field position battle starts with special teams, and that's what we got tonight. And for that last caller that came in, I just want to say this. I've been saying this for years. Once we start running the ball consistently like we did tonight, Carr will be the number 1 quarterback in the league. That's the one thing that's been lacking from his game is having that dominant running game that's going to open up the rest of the field. So, hey, once that guy starts hitting that level, we'll give him all the love. He's top 5. He is an elite quarterback in this league right now. Elite. The guy is the man. I'm glad he's a Raider, and that's that.
Yeah, and again,
absolutely across the board, guys, all 3 sides. And the biggest thing here is Carr did not call the plays out from their running plays unless he absolutely needed to. He doesn't have an ego about having to be the 500-yard passer. He does whatever it takes to win the game, and that's what we need as our main guy. You know.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's a point to understand. You know, it makes it a little bit easier when you throw for 500 yards to be able to come back, you know, and then only throw for 178. You're kind of leveling yourself out, still having about 300 yards of passing. Plus, you get a signature win. If he throws that interception, who knows what happens at that point in the game? Things could have been a lot tighter. But, you know, again, the bottom line, like we said, is that this was just a game that offensively, defensively, and from a special teams perspective, I think we played lights out, and we got the win, man. We are 7-2. We are 7-2. We are number 1 in the AFC West. If we just continue on this trend that we're on right now, big things could be ahead of us. All right, Tim, brother, man, we got to move on to the next caller. We appreciate you calling as always, and we hope to hear from you again after the next game. So once again, thanks for calling, man.
Absolutely, man.
Raiders.
All right, man. My daughter's like, I'm trying to sleep. Damn you. All right, so our next caller is calling in from Utica, New York. Utica, New York, you're on.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, brother, man. You're on.
All right. I want to keep this kind of short and sweet, but I think the Raiders, you know, they played really good tonight. I think our defense came to play. You know, Del Rio said it best. You know, we're really good, but we give up like those plays. You know, like that 69-yard touchdown. The offensive line, I think, played their hearts out tonight. You know, I think we'll have over 200 yards rushing. You know, just phenomenal. And I want to talk a little about the special teams, right? I think Janik House can kind of need to get his crap together. I mean, I don't know what it was tonight, but like last week, you know, he missed 2 last week, the game winning, and then the one in overtime. Marquette King, I think he's in a little bit of zone. You know, he's playing really good. He got most of his punts at the end inside the 10-yard line tonight. That's really what I was trying to say. I think with this win right here, you know, like ESPN all week long was saying the Raiders are going to win in overtime. The Good Morning Football, whatever it is, was saying the Broncos in overtime. And I think, you know, we kind of came out here and showed them that the Raiders are, you know, a team to beat this year, you know. And that's just what I want to say. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, brother, man. We hope to hear from you again after the next victory or loss, whatever. But I'm lighting this right here. This is a little bit of sage. It's a little incense stick, but it's sage. I'm just blowing it out right there. We have exercised the demon. You know what I'm saying? We have exercised the demon, and that's something that I think is huge. People don't quite understand. If we lose this game, we would have been in 3rd place. People would have started saying that we can't win at home. People would have then started saying that we can't beat teams with winning records. And all of a sudden, you'd have 2 weeks to try to digest all of that, right? Before you have to head off to Mexico. So at the end of the day, we have this is it. This is the signature victory, folks. This is the one that everybody is looking for. Now, if people are going to backtrack and say, well, you know, they didn't have Aqib Talib and they didn't have, hey, we didn't have our cornerback either, right? So, you know, go ahead.
That's in our team's in Mexico City. You know, if we keep on winning like the I'll say primetime games like that, like nighttime games, you know, then we get more for next year. And being a Raiders fan in New York, you know, I don't really get to watch them a lot. You know, I didn't get to watch the one in Florida, you know. But, you know, what also makes me mad is that they show the same game on 3 different channels on CBS. Like, that's just stupid.
Absolutely.
Stupid.
Well, man, you know what? Listen up, man. Do you watch our daily show?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to say.
Yeah, I watch your live streams and all that.
Yeah, we put out shows specifically for you guys where we try to put in the highlights. We try to talk about that stuff. Those of you guys that aren't in California, you know, if you go YouTube, the will to win. We do a daily show every single day, Monday through Friday, where we talk about these things. We got great guests on, and then obviously we do these after shows. This is the first time we're doing it on Facebook, so a couple shout outs here. Greg Day, shout out to Greg Day on Facebook. Gina Herrera, Gina, Raiders stand tall, right? Calvin Cooper, the return to glory. We have returned to glory, folks. Ryan Stiles Kerr, Matthew Fagan, Tim Ricor, Ismail Rosas, Cassandra Oleg. So, guys, we just want to thank all of you guys for, popping on, watching us, leaving your comments. We got to move along, brother. But again, like I said, we hope to talk to you after the next victory. And, once. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. When I was in school, my favorite player was Janikowski, and he still is today after first round pick. And I used to kind of laugh at for it, but I just want to say that he's my favorite player.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this story. You guys got to remember this. This was one of the smartest picks I think that the Raiders ever made. You got to remember that when John Gruden came in, basically we were losing. We lost so many games by 3 points or less the previous year. And John Gruden and Al Davis together believed that if they could just pick up those 3 points, that this could be a playoff football team. They went out there. They got the best punter available in Leckler. They also picked Janikowski #1 overall. And so that was a great pickup. That as much as anything else is what got us to that Super Bowl, even though we lost. It was still, in my opinion, well worth it at that point. You look at Robert Gallery, look at Darius Haywood-Bay, look at all the guys that you pick in the first round that they're no good, right? It's a crapshoot. So, all right, brother, we got to move on, but we appreciate you calling. What's your name again, bro? What's your name again?
Nick Gillian.
Nick. All right, Nick, we will talk with you again soon, brother.
All right, man. Good.
Take care. All right.
It's going down for real. It's going down for real. It's the girl. I do buy shit. Shake for a shake. I'm doing these.
All right, let's move on. There you go. Let's move on to our next caller from Madera, California. Caller, you're on.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening, brother, man?
Hey, I'm just happy that we got the win, man. We're 7-2, and we're sitting right now #1 in AFC, so that's all that matters, Khalil Mack got 2 sacks, 1 fumble, and man, Derek Carr, he's a bright star, man, for the future. Man, I just cannot wait, man, to see, this kid next year and the years to come, him and Amari Cooper and all those guys, man.
Absolutely.
Today, man, we seen a different, dominant Oakland Raiders when they used to play back in the day. You see, that was the Raiders right there.
Absolutely.
They can play like this every freaking Sunday, man. Will be a different team, you know what I mean? But yeah, we did good, man. We did really good. Proud of the Raiders, man. We're 7-2 since 2002 maybe.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, man. I'm just so happy, and I really want to also give some time to thank you guys, man. I know maybe not a lot of people give you guys credit, but you gotta give credit where it's due, man. And you guys, I'm sure that you guys put a lot of work. You guys got families, and I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, man, for putting those shows, together, you and Knight. And I hope I can meet you guys one day, man. I'm from Madera, and I hope I can meet Knight and Pyre one day, man. We could kick back, and maybe we could watch the Mexico game together, man. It'll be awesome to be with you guys, man. And but yeah, man, much love for you guys, and just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm gonna keep supporting you guys. Keep watching your channels, and God bless you guys. All right.
Absolutely,
Awesome,
brother, man. We appreciate it. man. It's always humbling. A lot of people actually give us a lot of credit. So but I appreciate what you're saying. The majority of the people that call in, appreciate what we're doing and why we're doing it. And that's why we do it, man. We do it because some people can't get this information. Some people can't, I did it because I was frustrated. I couldn't find something that was going to be on when I wanted it to be on, after every game or every day at a certain time. And so that's why we decided to do it. But, it's really the Knight's dream, the Knight's vision. And but I appreciate it. It's always humbling when somebody acknowledges what we're trying to do.
We appreciate it, brother, and much love to you and yours, man. And yeah, we'll try to hook up one day. It won't be the Mexico game. I'll be out of town, but we'll definitely try to get something together.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, hit us up on the will to win. Go to the w2w@gmail.com. And I got your number, the 559 number, but just go ahead and shoot us your information, man, and we'll contact you. And we'll go from there.
All right. Well, can you leave? There's any way you can leave your Gmail under the YouTube channel that you have right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all right. So, well, you guys have a blessed night, man, and you guys take care and go Raiders.
Raiders.
All right, man. Our next caller is calling in from Hornbrook, California. Caller, you're on.
Hey guys, this is Matt. Go Raiders!
Go Raiders! Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Wait, what?
Earth in the sky, spinning this puzzle, llama, they gon' piece the M-O-E-Y. I love my beaches, south beaches, surf, board and high tide. I can just roll up, cause I'm swole up. So they birthday take it to Cobra. Bugatti for real, I'm Cobra. The other one, I can see over. Got the heat of my city is over. No thoughts only in the color Cobras. I said, bracket scratches, hold up. I know he came here to see.
All right, enough of that, folks. It went down for real. All right, caller, talk to us. What did you see in the game? What were your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts were Musgrave was trying to have Carr fail. When he should be running the ball, he's passing on first down right after a turnover. That could have been disastrous. Pound the rock, take it down their throats, and we win every time with that recipe.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Carr throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, but I'd rather run for 250 and have 4 scores on the ground. Old school Raider football. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's an interesting. What's your name, man?
My name is Matt.
Matt, that's an interesting conversation because we had that conversation too. And this is what the Knight was always saying. I was always saying, let's be more aggressive. Let's be more aggressive. And the Knight was always telling me, yeah, but if you're more aggressive, you could turn the ball over. This could happen, that could happen. And, he was right. I mean, we saw it there. I think all of us were scratching our head. Like, what the hell did you just do that for? You just got a turnover, but that's what, he's not going to win. We're going to want him. We only want what works, man. We only want what works, right? So,
I hear you. If you would have just threw it I'd like to see a shot at the end zone on that,
Yeah, take one deep.
Yeah,
take one deep.
Well, he did that too. He did that
too. And if it's not there, throw it away and then pound the ball.
Right.
Janikowski for 3 at that distance. Bam, there it is.
Yeah, it was a weird read. He made a weird read. He made a weird read on that play. He threw it into double coverage, and that could have been disastrous, But again,
that was a route that wasn't ran correctly, I thought.
Well, no, that was the same route that they ran against Tampa, where he picked up that huge gain, right? Like I said, the problem to me, and again, I'm not, believe me, Bill Musgrave is in a whole different pay grade. But to me, I see that Bill Musgrave basically tried to attack the linebackers, but he tried to attack them behind the line of scrimmage. And he should have been attacking them up the field instead of throwing the ball to the sideline to your running back and letting the linebacker run and hit your running back. You need to get your running back up the field as quickly as possible and get their linebacker to turn and try to run. Whenever we were doing that, we were having great success. Every time he was throwing the ball sideways, the guys were getting tackled. This is a good tackling football team. But again, I'm going to say this. That's a good defense. That's a good defense, okay? And we scored 30 points. We haven't even had a damn punt return for a touchdown or a kick return for a touchdown, right? We're doing this all legit. We're not getting any pick sixes yet. We're not picking up points where the defense is, recovering the ball and then running it into the end zone. This is just legitimate, like, we got to do it the hard way. We got to earn every freaking point that we're getting right now. This team is just getting better and better, man. I'm so freaking pumped. I have to tell you, looking at this football team, the way that they played today, my brain is freezing. My brain is freezing. The download is I can't. Go ahead, Knight.
Yeah, this team is finally starting to hit on all cylinders. We were waiting for that one game where they put it all together, and we saw it tonight. And the haters are going to be coming out. The haters are going to be talking about Talib. They're going to be talking about all that crap. But remember this too, Von Miller. Von Miller was their best defensive player they have. He got in, he got to Carr, he got a sack. But our best defender, Khalil Mack, got a sack and he forced a fumble. So regardless of how you look at it, no Talib, Von Miller, Mack outdid them both. We're victorious. We own the West, so let the haters hate.
I hear you. Hey, and just one more thing. I appreciate you guys. You guys are great to listen to all the time. But, hey, Holton was a receiver today. I couldn't believe it. I got to see him run around into the end zone. I thought I was going to hopefully see him score a touchdown.
And he dropped the PI. That was great.
That was big, too. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you calling, and we hope to hear from you again next week, man, or in a couple of weeks. My brain just came back online again. It's just, I just can't even, you just don't understand, man. You just don't understand. This is what we were asking for. This is what we were talking about. This is the type of offense and defense that we were talking about. An offense that pounds the ball, scores some points, and then a defense that pins its ears back and goes after you and sacks you and forces you to throw the ball early and creates a lot of turnover possibilities for the secondary. We saw all of that today. It was a Christmas present. Look, we're only halfway through the season, but to do what we did, it's going to be a good 2 weeks. It's going to be a good 2 weeks, coming up here.
Absolutely. And it's something that's deserved not only for this team, but for this fan base, for that community. It's a great day to be a Raider fan. And what about that pass to Clive Walford? We've been waiting for that seam route all year long, and Clive came big, didn't he? He came big. He took a hit, held onto the ball, and that's the way this team needs to start attacking the middle of the field.
Absolutely. We're just beginning offensively. They're young, it's just crazy. All right. Our next caller is calling from Nashua, New Hampshire. We got a caller from New Hampshire, man. You guys got to vote Trump. Vote Trump. All right. Caller, New Hampshire, you're on.
The autumn wind is a Raider.
The autumn wind is a pirate.
Yes. Part of the New England Raider Booster Club. Unfortunately, have to live in New England and listen to everybody around here. But been a lifelong Raider fan, and couldn't be more proud of the effort today.
Absolutely, man. Do you listen to our show?
What's that?
Do you listen to our daily show?
I don't.
We haven't.
A friend of mine sent a link on Facebook, so I saw you guys on live.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm just super psyched. What a great complete game. The offensive line, lights out. Obviously all the superstars, Latavius, AC/DC. But you know what? It was to me like the other guys, the Marquette King, Andre Holmes, the Jalen Richards. It was just so complete. Carl Joseph, all these other guys that to me stepped up and instead of just being the superstars.
No, absolutely, man. And you mentioned a great point there with Marquette King. You know what I'm saying? Marquette King.
Give me that dunk button, them big old legs. I ain't too hard to beg. And I'm saying this game.
Here it goes.
Take it down the bag like Jack. Please.
Please. Please.
Let me ride that donkey, donkey.
Let me ride that donkey, donkey.
Let me ride that donkey, donkey.
Let me ride that donkey, donkey. Let me ride that donkey, donkey. Let me ride that donkey. Woo!
He's really developed the coffin corner. You know, he's kicking to the sidelines now, where when he was in his rookie year, he was always straight down the field and just trying to use power his legs. Now he's, you know, he's morphed into, you know, he's got the coffin corner down.
Yeah.
He's kicking to the sidelines. You know, he's taking the return game out of it. And, you know, and again, Andre Holmes, I thought, you know.
Well, that was incredible.
You know,
Did you see that? Did you see the way he was able to kick that punt and Andre Holmes was able to catch it? So it was able to hang up there high enough and Holmes caught it like on the 1 yard line. People, I mean, you know, you obviously want the transition between a Hall of Fame quarterback and the new quarterback that you have. So I totally understand that. But the transition from punters, we had a great one. Shane Lechler was a great punter. And obviously we had the greatest of all time in Ray Guy. But Shane Lechler was a great punter. And I think Marquette King may be better. I think he has more control. He may not have – well, I mean, they both have relatively strong legs. But this is a guy that has not missed a beat. He's perfect for this football team. He's perfect for this coach, perfect for this philosophy. He's a weapon, and that's what people don't understand. He's fast. He's athletic. You know, he can do fakes like we saw him do. But he's also becoming more accurate, more precise. So no, I agree totally. Like I said,
which I think is huge. I don't think that people like kickers nowadays. They just want to show off the leg and they, you know, kick it right down the field. They don't use the sideline. They don't use the coffin corner or whatever, however you want to say it. And to me, like that was, you know, that's a nuance of the game that is huge.
Huge.
I thought he was spectacular. Huge.
Yeah.
And again, Jalen Richard or Richard, Jalen, I thought he was spectacular today.
Absolutely.
When you know he made a couple of plays that were just timely, big plays, and it was good to see Walford get in because he is a talent. You know, I don't think he's you know used enough or he hasn't been in enough. Like in the playbook, but I mean, it was just a great all around win.
Absolutely,
and the offensive line was, you know, forget
fantastic.
MVP, MVP, man, MVP. All right, brother, man, we appreciate you calling in. You know, it's getting late; it's almost 10 o'clock here, but we appreciate you in New Hampshire. You guys, you know, you're obviously getting this feed a lot later than we do, but we do have a show. If you go to YouTube. And you look up The Will to Win. We do a daily show, a 30-minute show every day for fans like you.
Will to Win. All right.
Go look up The Will to Win.
That's my name, Will.
There you go.
There you go.
See? So you're invested. Right. So you're invested, brother, man. You know, hit the subscribe button, and there's a little bell right there, and it'll notify you every time we drop one, man. But we talk about the Raiders almost every day. We may be going on a bye week this week because it is the bye week for the Raiders, and we've been putting a lot of work into this. But I'm sure we'll still put something out, one or two things, but we're not going to go every day this week. But, yeah, look out for that, man. And also call us back. Put this number in there, and after every game, man, we have these same types of conversations, brother.
You got it. Hey, keep up the good work, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you, Will.
Take care. Thank you. You're always remembering the names and everything. I'm like, I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. Caller calling in from Irving, Texas. Irving, Texas. Caller, you're on. Irving, Texas. Irving, Texas.
Irvin, Texas, you there?
That's you, brother man.
Yeah. Hey,
Raiders.
I love the game. I love the game tonight, and this is what I loved about it. The offensive line opened up holes
Amen.
for the backs to run.
Yeah.
That was all I was looking for out of the Raiders. That was a complete game. If we continue like that, nothing can stop us from going deep in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
I think we're all in agreement here, man. That's the easiest way. They've said it before. You want to win in the playoffs, you need to bring your running game and your defense. The offense, throwing the ball is nice. Throwing the ball all over the place is nice. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love when Derek Carr throws it deep to Amari Cooper or Crabtree or any of his beautiful, beautiful passes. But you got to bring that run game, and you got to be able to run when you want to. Not when you need to, when you want to. You got to be able to run when you want to. And like you said, man, they dominated. They dominated today. I haven't seen that all season long, but they dominated today in a very, very obvious way.
They really took over that game. Yep.
We take that bye week and get ready for Kansas City, because if we can beat Denver twice and split with Kansas City, we'll be in a good position and we'll go far in the playoffs. Go Raiders. I appreciate it, man.
All right, brother, man.
Thank you,
take
brother.
Care. We hope to hear from you after the Mexico City game. Hey, before you go, we should have been asking everybody this. What's your prediction for their record this year now that they're 7-2?
7-2.
No, what's
I want to go 10-6.
10-6. 10-6. All right, man. Yeah, there you go. I'm thinking 14-2 myself. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe that's wishful. All right, brother, man. You take care. Yeah, man. If you think about it, Knight, they won 7 games. If they can win 14 games, then you've improved.
Double.
You went from 3 games to 7 games, so 3.5 and 3.5, so 3.5 equals 7. Then you take 7 plus 7, you get to 14-2. If we don't lose another game, we go 14-2, and we don't have to lose another game, but we probably will. So, all right,
National Football League
coming down the home stretch here, man. And we just got another caller calling in.
Great.
I don't see where you're calling in from. 253 is your area code. Caller?
Right.
Yeah, that's you. Hello? And now you're gone. All right. Cleveland, Ohio. You're on.
Yeah, how's it going, man?
What's happening, brother, man? What did you see? What did you think? How do you feel right now?
I'm going to tell you something. Ever since I've been a Ready fan, they suck. So this doesn't feel right, man. I mean, it feels like a dream, man. I don't know.
He said it doesn't feel right. All right. Well, tell us at least a little bit about what you saw in this game, man. What did feel right in this game?
Yeah, I think. Listen. I called last week and I said if they can clean up the penalties, then they're moving in the right direction, and we saw that today. There wasn't any super penalty. They played great defensively. They were good. Resurgence, Kareem Mack, they showed up, and out of that, I mean, there was one big play. Other than that, they were great. And, the offensive linemen, they're just monsters. And I think that's pretty much it. And, TJ Ward, he's been talking smack. And he's been taking shot at us and Amari Cooper and Crabtree. And it showed that they couldn't stop Cooper and Crabtree except for, holding them and passing and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Him up, so that was great. That was nice, man.
I don't understand. Call me dense or not that smart. Whatever. I just don't understand why teams do that. I just don't. I mean, it makes no sense to come out and to call somebody else out that you haven't played yet. It's kind of like the whole. I mean, I understand why the TTC does what they do, why they fight with one another and do this and that. But then I watch them. They got to burn their shirts. They got to burn a hat. They got to wear a dress to work the next day. Why go through all of that? Why not just wait till the game is played, and then the game gets played, and then you're like, yeah, we're better. Why would TJ Ward come out? And again, obviously nothing against the TTC. Those guys are an arm of what it is that we do. There are haters out there for the Broncos, haters out there for the Chiefs and every other team. And the guys that do get out there, Pistol, Watts, all those guys, man, obviously we appreciate that. But I'm just saying from my perspective, I just don't understand why a guy feels the need to come out there and put himself behind the 8 ball like that. Man, the Raiders wide receivers, they're good, but, they're not elite. Oh, okay, well, they just, took you all over the field, dragging you over. You had to reach in and drag and grab them and do everything that you could just to stick with them. Amari Cooper's footwork was just incredible. He just burnt that guy and just left him there like, what? So, no, I agree. It's crazy. Knight?
Exactly. And that's I don't understand why players tend. I know they're trying to pump up their team. They were the #1 passing offense. And yeah, they held Carr for under 200 yards. But that was because, once again, we ran the ball for 200 yards. And when Cooper got his opportunities, he was breaking tackles, breaking ankles. And when he did get him over the top, they just had to grab him. So, again, players, and I had a feeling that it was going to be a pretty good game once TJ Ward came out and said that. It's like, I don't want none of anybody in our team talking that kind of smack. I just, don't talk the talk, walk the walk. That's what I want to be about.
Absolutely.
Don't give people extra motivation. Don't give people extra motivation.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I can understand, believe that you're the best. And we've said and done some things. I say we want to be the best at what we do, whatever. But I'm not going to come out and be like, that other guy on the radio, he's not that good. You know what I mean? I always want to give credit where credit's due. I don't see why these guys, I don't know, just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, caller, man. Well, we appreciate you calling in. You're calling in from Cleveland, man. Calling in all the way.
I like to add one more thing, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we'll probably. You said earlier that we're probably going to finish 14-2. I think that's not possible. It's possible, but I don't think that's realistic. I mean, one thing, we need to beat the Chiefs. I mean, we haven't beaten them since Derek Carr. No, we have beaten one night, Thursday night, but other than that, we haven't beaten them. It's been like 1-4 against them. Am I right?
Yeah.
And so I just think we need to beat them. I mean, they're the next step.
I'll say this real quick.
We're going to win this division.
I'll say this real quick, and Knight, you can jump in there, with me too. I'm going to say it again. I truly believe the rain, a series of bad decisions early on in that game from the coaching staff. I think we play that game 4 or 5 times. We're just as good as the Chiefs. I mean, they may be.
I say we're
best.
better.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I say we play that game 4 times or 5 times, and I say 4 times out of 5 we beat the Chiefs. I just think we're better. I think if we played the way we played tonight, I think we run all over that football team. It was a horrible decision. Yeah, it was a horrible decision by Del Rio to try to go for it and kick the long field goal in the rain, and then all of a sudden the interception. And so you get all these different things that kind of went against us in that particular game. And then the fact that Andy Reid just had the number of how to attack the defense based on the Atlanta game. I think they've shored some of those things up. I think they understand if we want to win, we cannot get pushed around like we did in Kansas City. We can't get pushed around like we did in Kansas City. And tonight they came out. I'm proud of this team. The philosophy changed. The philosophy changed. We're not going to be passive. This was not a passive football game. I'm going to let you jump in because, like I said, we've talked about this forever. It's what we've been looking for. This was not a passive game plan tonight, and you got to give that to Bill Musgrave.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're talking about a 360, or I like to say 180 because they went a different direction. But the way that they came out from the opening kickoff on both sides of the ball, I think they were very aggressive. They played a little soft and prevent defense there towards the end, but that's how you play the game. I mean, we had a 2-possession lead. You're just trying to work the clock. So, I was really impressed by the way Bill Musgrave came out running the football. And I think that's the biggest difference. Once again, it's going right back to that running game. And I've been saying it for years. You have to run the football in this league. And it's the only way that you run clocks out. You can't, I know it's a passing league now, and they try to pass up more than they run, but there's nothing that's better than a good running game like we saw tonight. And that was really the difference in this football game, is that 200 yards rushing, and Murray really brought it today. So a big shout out to Murray, but Bill Musgrave allowing that to happen. Like I said, the last few weeks, we did not bring Kelechi Osemele in here to be a pass blocker. We brought him in here so we could run the football just like that. And that's what we should have did against Kansas City. And if we would have done that, I think it would have been a different outcome too. And I think we missed Latavius Murray that game. But at the end of the day, this team is going to, from here on out, this team is going to be looked at differently, because this was a team in the Denver Broncos that was 6-2, just like us. They were the Super Bowl champions, the number 3 offense in the league, number 1 passing offense, all those good little stats and stuff that they were carrying with them. We can't beat them. We can't do this. And we took it to them for 4 quarters, and we came out victorious. There's no more, what can this team be? We finally saw that we are a playoff team. We're a team that could make it to the AFC Championship game against the Patriots and cause them some problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, brother, man. Well, we appreciate you calling. And once again, man, go check out our show. We do a daily show on YouTube, on the Will to Win channel. Go there. If you're not a subscriber already, subscribe to that channel.
Absolutely.
And it'll notify you whenever we release a video. And if not, we will see you here, man. We're here after every game. So you got the number. Save it in your phone and give us a call after the next game.
Keep it up, man.
All right, brother, man. Take care.
Brother.
All right. Pontiac, Michigan. Caller, you are on.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Pirate?
What's happening, man?
What's up, brother?
Man, I just enjoyed the game. I enjoyed your show. First time calling in, but I've been watching your show for a while, and I really ain't got nothing bad to say about today's game. I was going to gripe a little bit about the conservative play calling, but a win is a win.
Yeah, and I think today it wasn't as conservative as it has been in the past. I mean, I think there were a few serious.
Yeah,
there were moments that me and Knight talked about,
third
particularly
quarter
when we got up. Well, even in the first quarter, when we got up by 13. Bill Musgrave went into his shell again, and that allowed them to sort of keep it close. Then the third quarter, was sort of a little bit similar. But I think all in all, Derek Carr took shots down the field. I think the offense took shots down the field. And like I said, I think philosophically, I saw a team today that was going to take what they wanted, not a team that was primarily going to just sit there and wait for the Broncos defense to give them something. This was a good old-fashioned whooping. We whooped on them. I don't think people. Maybe we're all in shock. I don't know, but we just whooped on the freaking Denver Broncos. Okay, they were missing their cornerback. Okay, hey, it's football. You know what I'm saying? So, we whooped on them.
It was smash mouth football.
Smash mouth.
Even announcers, and that. Wow, look at that offensive line. They know where they're going, and they still couldn't stop us. So
that's
it was
right.
a thing of beauty. And like I said, I ain't going to have anything negative to say. We won. We in first place. Only if the Jacksonville Jaguars would have pulled out a win over the Chefs today, we could have been sitting real pretty.
Well, look, that game was close. That game was close, though, man. So it tells you the Chiefs are not – the juggernaut that they've been winning. And I think, Papa was saying, if you go back to last year, they're like 16-4 or something like that. Going back to when they started winning, right? They lost, they won 10 straight. and now they've won 6, so they're like 16-4 or something like that. So when you start to look at that, this is a good football team too. This is an up and comer, but there ain't nothing about Kansas City that makes me think that we're not better than them. Nothing. And I'm not
at all.
I'm not sitting here being cocky or anything else. I'm just saying straight up, we play the way we play today, we'll roll Kansas City.
I think so too. Yeah, with the way the weather was that day, it was just an ugly game, and that one interception there, Carr, too, it just kind of threw us all out of whack. But like I say, that's in the past. We're looking forward to the future, fellas.
Amen.
I'm looking at 12-4, 13-3. Raiders going to the playoffs. I do remember when they were good at one point. I remember when I've been a fan since '76. So,
Amen, brother.
Coming back, baby.
That's right, man. Like I said, man, we got it. There's still some games to be played, man. But folks, again, I'm going to say this to those of you that are watching that haven't called in. I mean, we've had 100 people watching us continuously the entire time. We got up into the high 130s. But for those of you guys out there that are watching right now, man, the tide has turned. The young guard has basically came in to replace the old guard. Derek Carr's been doing some things. This football team's been doing some things. What about Reggie McKenzie sitting there kind of looking down and saying, and Mark Davis at the end of the game just pumping his fist in the air, just like, yeah, that's what I'm freaking talking about. We took something from the ashes and built it and created it, and we've got a young, very talented team that knows how to win. And like I said before, once you start removing things from this team and you start putting other things into this team, once you start taking away, they can't win in the Eastern time zone, and you start putting in that they're a road warrior type of team, once you start taking away that they can't beat teams with winning records and start putting in that they can compete with any team, you start taking away they can't win at home, watch out. Because like I said, this football team, when you put good things into it, it grows, it flourishes. When you take those bad things out, it's like you're peeling those weeds back. This football team, you mark my words, I'm telling you right now, we knew it when we started to see the attitude change. We started to see the intangible, that they were winning football games. They were just learning to win, ugly, dirty. I'll say it again. We didn't trail in this game.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? we dominated this football game against the defending world champions. That's right. Yes, Pittsburgh will be a little bit more difficult. And yes, the New England Patriots will be a little bit more difficult. But to those people that don't think that this is not a serious playoff team, they're mistaken. And they came out and they proved it tonight. I said it. They blew it in Kansas City. They came back. They took it in Oakland. I'm sorry, they blew it in Oakland with Kansas City, but they came back and they took it. They did what they had to do. And like I said, this team is just getting better, man.
Better and better. This was the best complete game. And we talked about it right before the kickoff. I was telling you, I said the thing that made me the most nervous was the fact that this is a young football team. I think we tend to forget that. This team is primarily young, and we have the opportunity here to grow. And it was one of those situations, just like the Kansas City, were they going to come in? Was this going to be too big of a stage? And it wasn't. It wasn't at all. They all played together. They played hard. The game plan was on point. And they just took it. They took it. Like you said, they never trailed. They came out from the opening kickoff on and just took that game and says, we're not going to give you nothing. Nothing. That was a big statement game on national television tonight for first place in the AFC West.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you calling. And again, we hope to hear from you again after the next game. What's your thoughts? What do you think the record is going to be at the end of the season?
I'm thinking 12-4, 13-3.
All right,
that's
12 and 4. I like it. I like them both. All right, brother man. We will hopefully we will talk to you next week. If you don't watch our show, go to YouTube, look up The Will to Win. We do a daily show. Please subscribe, and we appreciate you, man.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work.
Right.
Raiders.
All right, man. Take care.
Awesome.
All right, we got a caller calling in from Campbell, California. Caller, you're on.
Hey, what's up, Mike and Pirate?
What's happening,
What's going on, man?
Just got back from the game today.
All right.
And we destroyed.
What was it like, man?
Everybody in our section was pumped up. Oh, it was off the hook. Everybody was going nuts at the end of the game.
Yeah, man.
Nelson got that interception, the place just blew up.
I heard him saying that there was a different energy, a different vibe. Chris Collinsworth was saying, man, there's a different vibe here right now. There's an excitement in the stands. This is like playoff football, and it's only the midway point of the season. But he said he felt it, man. What was that experience like being there, with all that energy?
Oh, it was just insane. Everybody was so pumped up. It was just crazy how pumped up everybody was. Every play, everybody standing up, everybody screaming and hollering. Oh, it's just insane. Our section's usually pretty quiet too, because we all just sit there and watch the game, and everybody was all up the whole game, pretty much watching, screaming, yelling. It was great.
So what do you think, man? What do you think about this football team right now, man? We're a little bit past the midway point. We kind of wanted to do something where we're going to, bring in a bunch of guests, maybe even a couple of our listeners, and talk about at the halfway point of the season. We're one game over, but halfway through the season, man, what's your thoughts on this football team?
I'm loving it. I'm seeing the defense improve every game. After being at the home opener, watching the defense get shredded by the Falcons, just watching them improve every game, getting more and more. I mean, come on, first 4 drives, we had more first downs than they had yards at one point.
The 3 and outs.
They had 9 yards of offense.
The 3 and outs was something that was great to see. I can't say it enough, man. David Amerson, he's our guy, man. I think I don't worry about David Amerson. And now, we get the linebacker from Washington. What's going on in Washington? I mean, they're undervaluing, their guys. This guy steps in, Riley steps in and just kind of takes over and is doing a great job. The defense is coming together. We didn't have a linebacker. We pick one up off the scrap heap that gets, again, cut by the same team that cut the best player on defense that we picked up the year before. I mean, I was watching Reggie McKenzie, and it's like we talked about, man. The guy deserves a lot of credit. The coaching staff deserves a lot of credit. But Reggie McKenzie, man, I mean, you know what? That guy went out and found some fine materials, man. He went out. You got to give him credit. He went out and he bought the best satin. He bought the best wool. He bought the best thread. He bought the best that you could get, and then he put it in the hands of a craftsman like Ken Norton that, yeah, it's taken a little bit of time, but we're starting to see this team gel.
Well, of course it's going to take time. I was sitting here listening to all the local sports talk, being in the Bay Area, listening to them telling them that Reggie McKenzie should be fired and all these people calling it. It's like, dude, Reggie McKenzie had nothing when he came in here.
Right.
He just the whole entire sector and then rebuilt it. And he rebuilt it, he gutted it, and then basically rebuilt it in 3 years once we drafted Carr. When we drafted Carr, that was the rebuild. It's taken 3 years for us to get to where we're at, realistically. Yeah, they got the roster, get all the bad contracts that Al signed. Dude, Reggie's done a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
He's nailed it.
Yeah, no doubt. When we first started. And look at how many rookies we had. At one point in time, we had 5 rookies playing on defense.
Yeah,
my dad and I went through the roster. We were counting all the rookies on the Broncos have like 3 rookies listed on their roster. We have 10.
Probably like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, undrafted players. Undrafted players at that. Think about the entirety of it. Okay, so you've got undrafted players that are having an impact. Latham today had a big impact in the running game. Today, Jalen Richard played a big role. Seth Roberts is an undrafted guy. Now you say, okay, outside of the undrafted guys, what about guys that we picked up in, off the waiver wire or that got cut by other teams? So you're talking about your middle linebacker, your best cornerback. You start to look at it and you start to say, you know what? Maybe there's something to the fact that this guy does know how to evaluate players and he does know who can do what. And it was just good coaching. I mean, this is night and day from the Dennis Allen fiasco. This is night and day.
Wow, yeah.
I remember even we were having that conversation when we were on the radio show that you were doing. And we were talking about, we should have let Sperano stay. You know, my God, this is night and day from those teams. You know, this is night and day even from the Hugh Jackson teams, you know, and the teams that went 8-8. This is a real football team. This is a strong this is better than anything that Jack Del Rio ever had in Jacksonville. So Jack's just got to be giddy at this point. He's got to know, like, the defense is going to come along. But, oh, my God, this offense, the things that I can do, the things we're never out of a football game. I wasn't even mad when we kicked the field goals, the 2 field goals, to only be up by 6. I really felt like we should have been up. We should have just, went for the throat at that particular point in time. But I really wasn't even mad because I don't know. There was something you said it a couple of weeks ago where you felt totally calm. I kind of just felt the same way this week. Like I don't think it's going to be a close game. I never thought the entire week. I was just like, we're going to win by 10 plus. I mean, we should have won by more. That last screen, both those touchdowns, they were long, kind of like plays that shouldn't happen. They happen because you're in prevent defense and everybody's spread out all over the field. And now this guy's ping-ponging back and forth. Just never should have happened. But whatever. It doesn't even matter to me, man. I will take it. I'll take it 10 times out of 10. Just a great performance all around. The one thing I noticed was Ken Norton wasn't talking the entire game. He was putting his hands up, telling the crowd, hey, scream, scream. But he was never talking into his headset. At any point that I saw him, was he ever talking into his headset? He is not calling the defense.
No, that's
Jack Del Rio was calling the defense. Right. Jack Del Rio is calling the defense at this point. So and I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who calls it.
Whatever works.
Whatever works. Yeah, man, I'm all on board. All right, brother, man, we appreciate you calling in, man. We always love people calling in that were at the game. If you don't know, we have a page on YouTube called The Will to Win where we do daily programs. So go check us out there.
I've been watching since the first episode.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome, brother.
Awesome, brother. We appreciate you, man.
I was watching night before he changed the channel over.
Oh, there we go. We got one of the legacy. We got one of the legacy fans. Everybody, all the legacy fans are like, man, we wish it was just night, man. What's up with the guy with the glasses and the beard? He's ruining the show. But you know what? Hey, man, I do my best.
No,
all right, man.
You took the show to the next level.
We appreciate you, brother, man, and we hope to talk to you after the next win.
All
right, man. Take care. You too, brother. What a night, man. What a night. All right. Lake Providence, Louisiana. We got Louisiana calling in. We got the nation calling in from the Big Easy. Louisiana, what's going on?
Hello?
That's you, man.
Yeah, I'm calling, man. I'm representing Louisiana, Raider Nation.
What's happening?
I'm having this 7-2 stuff.
Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, I'm saying I watched the game tonight. And I can't say how happy I am about this 7-2 start. Got here in Louisiana, I got to sit here and listen to all these stupid ass Saints fans run their mouth about, oh man, why you a Raider fan? I love them. That's why. Now they're seeing what we got. Now they're scared.
That's
we
right.
In the Superdome. We're going to beat anybody that come to our house. We're going to beat anybody on the road. I can't wait for the playoffs so we really show the whole world what we made of.
Absolutely, man. Great points. And that's exactly what I said, man. Once this team starts to understand that it can win at home and they don't think that there's anything that prevents them from winning at home, we're going to go on a roll. Right now they're talking about Kansas City is the hottest team because Kansas City's won 5 straight. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I think our football team is going to win probably the next 3 games, maybe the next 4 games straight. So I think we're going to have like a 6-game winning streak, maybe a 7-game winning streak, kind of coming in here. This is a good football team. It started out in your neighborhood, brother man. It started out in your neighborhood with a 2-point conversion where Jack decided, you know what, I'm in. And it wasn't a slogan that Jack Del Rio read over the top of the tunnel like freaking Dennis Allen did. We're all in. No, he threw it on the table and he said, I'm in. Let's do this right now. Let's get the hell out of Louisiana. I'm sure he didn't mean anything personal, but he put it on the table.
Exactly.
He did what he had to do, man. And you know what? Like I said, outside of that Kansas City game where he made some poor coaching decisions, he panicked a little bit. Outside of that game, he's coached some good football.
Really good football.
Exactly.
Really good football. Yep.
And here's a scary thing. Our defense is not even at full strength yet.
Absolutely.
Edwards come back. Sean Smith get healthy. We're going to even be more scarier.
Yep.
Even more scarier.
Yep.
Right.
And now to the label match, get on the road. He gets 2 and 3 sacks a game now. We're going to be unstoppable here soon. So they should have stopped us at the beginning of the season. Never thought us on the road. Now we can't be stopped. I hope we don't stop.
We're going to smash him. We're going to smash him, basically, is what's going to happen. Yeah, okay, man. We hope to hear from you again soon, brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right, brother.
All right, caller, you're on. Can you hear us? You're on. Can you hear us? Yep, you're on.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us? Okay.
Live.
Well, yeah, not anymore. You're not. Okay, Salinas, California.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's happening, man?
What's up, brother?
This is Chemist Raiders right here.
What's going on, man? How's it feel, man? How's it feel to be #1, king of the hill?
It feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. It's pretty good. But you know what? I gotta say one thing. Okay. Everybody doubted this team. Everybody said, "Oh yeah, this team has been actually beat any winning record team, and they haven't beat anybody who had a winning record, and they went for real."
It went down for real, brother.
I think we lost his feed.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah, no, we can hear you now.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so like I was saying, like everybody thought that we had a team that wasn't beating anybody with a winning record, and they went for real and this and that. But you know what? If you actually look back at all the teams that we actually beat so far, they all had a losing record because they lost to the Raiders. Like if any of those teams actually beat the Raiders, they would have a winning record, but they don't because they lost to us. And now we just beat the Broncos, and man, that feels so good.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, it's just a cherry on top of everything else. You know, oh yeah, we're on top. Yeah, we're this and that. But it's just the fact that we beat our hated enemy. It's just like, oh, it just feels so good. It's like you all got them on top of everything else, you know?
Yeah, man. You know what? Like I said, if you take a look at it, if you look at this football team, and you know, people said in the very beginning, you know, we could be 0-6 when we were, you know, 4-2, or we could be, you know, we could have lost every single game, and it's true, we could have. This shows you that we're trending upward. You know, there's always going to be that argument. Yeah, you could have lost against New Orleans. You should have lost against New Orleans. You probably should have lost against the Chargers. You probably should have lost against, you know, any number of teams because you only beat them by 3 points. You had to hang on. You had to do this. So technically, we could be at this point. We could have a losing record at this point, right? So a game like this is so important because what it says is no. We were gelling, you know, and we were learning to win. We were learning to be a family, to be a unit, to trust and to depend, and to know that we were never out of a game, that there was always an opportunity, no matter what swang which way, how momentum went. There was the possibility. We had a gunslinger that came in there that was able to throw darts in the fourth quarter and go into overtime and pull out some of those victories. We got a winner. This is a winner. This is a winner. Now, it's young.
The thing is, should have, could have, would have. You know, at the end of the day, you know, like I was saying in the beginning, you know, they could say, oh yeah, we were losing to all losing record teams. Okay, let's look at the Ravens. So right now, 4-4. If they would have picked the Raiders, they wouldn't have a win record. The Titans, 4-5. If they would have picked the Raiders, they wouldn't have a win record. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs, well, they're so good. And then who else it would be?
Tampa.
We have to say if they would have beat us, they would be 4-4.
Right.
The Saints, if they would have beat us, they would have a winning record.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So you can't say that, oh yeah, we haven't beat anybody with a winning record except for the Broncos right now. But the thing is, if they all would have beat us, they all would have had a winning record. Technically, we're on top of the world right now because everybody who we beat, they don't have a winning record because they lost to us, not because they suck.
Well,
because
you know what? Look. On top of that,
the only reason why they have a losing record.
On top of that, you got to look at the fact that right now, even from a wild card standpoint, we beat all those teams in their division that we would be facing in a wild card. If there was some type of a free fall at this point, and we matched up with any of these guys, we beat Baltimore.
Well, not even because the only teams that we have to go in the wild card are the Texans and the Colts, which we haven't played yet.
Right.
And the Ravens. Well, the Ravens.
No, and the Bills.
The only team
and the Bills
is actually in the wild card hunt, and the Bills, which we haven't played yet.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So at this point right now, we don't know what's going to happen with the Tennessee Titans and the Colts. We don't know. Either one of those teams could make it to be the top of their division, and then one of them is going to be in second place. So the fact that we've got that, the fact that Baltimore beat Pittsburgh, right? So Pittsburgh kind of drops down a little bit. You know, we already have 7 wins, man. We've got 7 wins. We're going to the playoffs.
So at this point, we don't even have to think about the wild card. We actually have to think about the top of the division.
Well, if nothing happens,
if we're thinking about the wild card, yes, we have to actually think about the Bills. We actually have to think about the Ravens, and we have to think about the Colts, and we have to think about the Texans. So at this point, we don't have to do that.
Well, no. But at this point, we only have 7 wins at this point. So you got to look at everything. You can't just say, well, let's just look at who wins the division. It looks like at this point, let's not forget, okay, with the win that San Diego got today, San Diego's 2 games out of being, in second place. So we have to look at everything. We got to look at the entire picture. But the good thing is we do have the Texans. We do have the Colts. We do have the Bills. We beat those 3 teams. And no matter what, we are in the playoffs, period. We can't say that right now. At this point right now, we can't say it. I was just telling Knight earlier today, I remember when we went 8-2, Hostetler got hurt. They brought in Donald Hollis and Vince Young and a bunch of other people, and we went 8-8. right? We went into a freaking free fall, and we had a better record than we have right now. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying you're always looking at all of the possibilities. You look at the entire chessboard, and you say to yourself, I need that win. I need that win. It's like I said, if you're going to lose to somebody, lose to the Panthers, lose to Tampa Bay, lose to Atlanta. Those are the teams you want to lose to. You need to win all those other games because, like it or not, like I said, when we get there and we're matched up against those guys, let's say we're tied with Denver or we're tied with Kansas City, right? Well, then they're going to beat us if we don't beat them. So we're going to need that wild card.
Yeah, well, realistically speaking, we only have to be, 10-6 to actually make it to the playoffs. So we're already 7-2, so we only have to win 3 more games to actually make it to the playoffs. And that is actually what we were expecting since the get-go. We were actually expecting to make the playoffs on a wild card type of thing. Right now, at 7-2, being the Denver Broncos, we're actually looking at making the playoffs at top of the division. That's something that we were not thinking as the season was starting. Even myself, anybody was thinking, oh yeah, the Raiders can make the playoffs at the wild card.
Right.
Realistically speaking, a lot of people were not actually thinking, oh yeah, we're going to make the playoffs at top of the division. We wanted to, and that was wishful thinking. Yeah, we're going to make it at the top of the top of the division, but no, that wasn't going to happen. Now at 7-2, it's a possibility, and it freaks me out. Honestly, it freaks me out because, like I said last week, we're I'm in a bad relationship with this team, and it's a relationship that it's actually causing me some discomfort, and you know what? It's actually feeling pretty good, even though it's still hurting me. It's still hurting because it's every week it's bad, but it's good.
Yeah.
It hurts, but it hurts good. It's still beating me, but it feels good.
Well, that's like we told you. That's like we told you, man. And Knight, I'll let you kind of jump in here, but so it's like we said. This game Sunday night in front of a primetime audience, the world was watching. Okay, only we've been frustrated with the way that this football team has been playing. Most other people are not watching what we're watching. So the world got to see.
For 13 years.
The world got to see a very, very, very strong, very talented football team, and that's what we should be proud about right now. It wasn't too big for them. The lights weren't too bright. The crowd wasn't too loud. They didn't have a bunch of penalties. They played a solid game, and if they can continue to play this way, I think they're going to have a lot of success. All right, brother, we got to move on. We still got a grip of callers here that we got to get to and then try to get the heck out of here. So we appreciate you calling.
All right. Yeah, you guys, just one more thing. Can I get a Raiders?
Yep.
Raiders.
Okay, I can't go too loud because my daughter.
Guys, see you guys next week.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
All right, we got a caller calling in from Stockton, California, Oakland, and Richmond. Hang on the line. Huntsville, Texas, obviously, Watts. We always want to have the heavy hitter, the cleanup guy coming in here. But right now we got Stockton, California. Caller, you're on.
Raiders. Hey, what up? This is the autumn wind.
What's happening, man?
What's up, brother?
Listen up. The crowd was awesome, bro. I mean, it was my first Sunday night game in a while for Projecto. They were there, and man, the crowd was pumping. We were on point. We were with the defense the whole way. Like when the defense on the field, we were all standing up, bro. When the offense came on the field, we was cool and calm and collected. Like, the fans won that game for us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that and the defense, of course. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, defense played lights out tonight. Lights out. You know what I mean? And Carr didn't have really that great of a game, but our running game with that 300 monster we got is unbeatable right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, you know, that's just, it's incredible to me how 5 yards don't look like much, but add it up 20 times, that's 100. That's, you know, it's 100 yards, 150 yards. You know what I mean? Like, keep on doing that. Like, we had 218 yards rushing today, bro. Okay. And we had 33.
so Joey, so you were there. So you were there at the game. You were there at the game.
Yeah, no, I was there. I'm actually on my way home right now.
All right.
Yeah, I was at the game, man. Yeah.
So what was the feeling, man? What was the feeling in the air?
If people were puking, dude, behind it, you know, it was so outrageous there. You know. It was awesome, bro. It was awesome. It was awesome. There's a lot of Denver fans behind Denver at the bench, you know, right there, with those little bench they put in there. But other than that, bro, it was like I haven't seen that many Raider fans at a Raider game in a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was that big.
All right. So those of you that don't know, the autumn wind here. This is my cousin. So what's your prediction right now, man? What do you think this team can do? What do you think the record is going to be? This was clearly a different type of game that we've played in the past. But in your opinion, what do you think this team can do down the stretch? What do you think the record's going to be at the end of the season?
Now, I'm a little skeptical because, you know, we've had trouble with Houston in the past, you know, especially when they're the first starting out franchise. They're brand new. It's like we couldn't beat them for nothing. So it's like they're always tough on us, and it's going to be an atmosphere where no one's used to, and it's going to be a huge Monday night game, another you know, game that's going to be nationally televised and in a foreign land. So I mean, that's going to be a tough game no matter how you look at it. It's the Raider home game. And it's like it's our fans aren't going to be there. You know what I mean? It's just going to be tough. And then the week after that, you have Carolina coming in, and I don't care if their record is whatever it is. Like they're the defending NFC champion, and Camden's good, you know. And we have trouble with those type of quarterbacks, like you saw with Tennessee, and you know, those younger mobile quarterbacks who will run and gun and make plays. Our defense has a little trouble with that type of quarterback. So I'm thinking one of those two games. I think we can pull it out. I'm gonna say 12-4.
12-4. Your thoughts, Knight?
No, he brought up one good point that I want to touch upon. You know, we got to go into Mexico City and play another national televised game, and I think that's the biggest task for Jack Del Rio and this football team right now is to understand where they're at and how they got there, and not to get too big-headed. You know, we finally went in, we beat our foes, we took over the top of the AFC West. We're 7-2 for the first time since 2002, I believe it was. So we can't let this get to our head. And that's why I like about Jack Del Rio, though, because I don't see that happening. It's just a point I think we should make, that this team needs to stay grounded, stay hungry. And that was the kind of goes back to the other caller. I mean, this is why these teams stay hungry. They understand the game, but we're a young football team. So all this could come crumbling down really easy because we're so young. But, you know, I can see why you're skeptical, but 12-4, I think that's where I kind of have them. You got to understand there's probably going to be some bumps in the road moving forward, but I think 12-4. I mean, I had them at 10-6 at the beginning of the season. So to sit here and say 12-4 when it's all said and done, that's spectacular, guys. That's an amazing season for this football club.
Well, that's just doing exactly what we just did in the first half. You know, 7-2. And 7-2, I think we might even lose. I think we might even lose to probably Kansas. I mean, Kansas City's tough. In Kansas City on Thursday night, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, that's gonna be way tough. Especially coming off a Sunday game where you have a couple days rest and go to Thursday night in Kansas City. You know, Kansas City already beat us once, and it's like they're a division rival and they're tough. And Denver is the last game of the season. I mean, then you got Indianapolis on Christmas Eve. I mean. Yeah, I mean, now that some of those type of teams, I mean, 10-6 is a good bowl prediction, but I mean, come on, our defense is lights out. And all we're gonna do is get better. We have all the Smith coming back. We have Amari Edwards coming back. So all we're gonna do is get better. We have more pressure on the quarterback. I think only 2 more losses this season, guys. I mean, that's what I'm gonna say.
If you look at the teams that we got to play coming up here, and I'll say it again. Yeah, it's a Thursday night game or whatnot, but I think we're going to kick the teeth out of the Chiefs the next time we play them. I don't see Indianapolis doesn't scare me. Buffalo doesn't scare me. The Carolina doesn't scare me. If this team can play,
I mean, Indianapolis just kicked the shit out of Green Bay today.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Indianapolis is a deeply flawed team, bro. If you watch that game, Green Bay had their own struggles that they were going through, and Andrew Luck had to come back. Andrew Luck had to come back and pretty much do it all on his own. So my point is this: if this offensive line can play that way, if they can utilize the personnel correctly, run Murray out of the I formation, run the kids out of the shotgun formation for the draws and things like that, and they can run the ball the way they ran the ball today, this team can beat any of those football teams. There's not one of them out there. Now, again, the Denver game is probably going to be in the snow. It's going to be in Denver, in December.
Right. So
that's going to be a tough one. January, yeah. So it's going to be snowing and freaking cold, and So I'm not disrespecting any of these football teams. I'm just saying, I'm telling you right now, if this football team plays the way that they played tonight, in any of those games, any of them, whether it's the Colt game, whether it's the Panther game, or the Buffalo game, they will beat those teams. They will just wear them down and beat them, because when they can't run the ball, they can also pass the ball. So it's like I said at the beginning of this show, Derek Carr threw for 500 yards last week, 4 touchdowns. Latavius Murray has 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards. We rushed for 200 yards, the following week. After we played, and get this, after we played 5 quarters of football almost.
Right.
So everybody kept saying, man, these guys are going to be tired. I mean, that's a lot of football. They're going to they didn't wear down. They didn't wear down. The offensive line.
That game boosted us.
Exactly.
Game boosted the Denver Broncos.
Exactly. So these guys are operating.
Guys, my prediction is this: a home playoff game. I don't care what the record is, but we're getting a home playoff game this year, and whatever the record is. But I love you guys. I got to take off, man.
All right, brother.
Love you guys. Show. I'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, brother.
All right, Joey. Take care, brother.
All right.
Autumn Wind, man. My cousin Joey just left the house. All right.
Hey, we're gonna have to go maybe into a rapid fire mode. It's starting to get a little late. I got my little girl out there falling asleep.
Oakland, California.
Hello.
You're on.
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
What's happening, man?
Man, I'm telling you, it felt so good to hand the donkey the L today, man.
That's right.
Right.
And, I know you guys have been hard on Musgrave all year, and I've agreed with a lot of what you guys have said, but, today you got to take your hat off to Musgrave, man. He called a hell of a game today. He had their defense on their heels the entire night, man.
Yep. I'll say this. Musgrave just basically did what we said to do. So, and you saw the result of basically what happened. We've been talking about it pretty much all year, and it's not, and I don't think it's not that we're being hard on Bill Musgrave. We always said it's not that we dislike Bill Musgrave. We don't like the personnel he utilizes. We don't like the vanilla plays. We don't like him. He did all of, he changed the personnel. He didn't run as many vanilla plays. He ran the football. He did all the things that we've been asking for. So I don't know if I'm going to sit here and be like, yeah, I was so wrong, because I don't think I was wrong. I just think he wasn't doing what it was that we as fans were asking for. I mean, he runs the draw play to DeAndre Washington, and that linebacker is just like standing there, like he just is like, he just knows what's coming. I mean, you're not going to have very much success. So it was a good game. I thought, like I said, I've been hard on Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray had a hell of a game. If Latavius Murray, but we've seen this before. Latavius Murray's good for one of those a year. He's good for one a year. Okay. So again, if it's this game, then I'm happy for that. That's great. Fantastic. If he doesn't produce another game like this all year long, but this is the first time all year he looked like he should be a Pro Bowl running back. This is a guy that came. How many running backs come from the Pro Bowl and then get thrown into a 3-man rotation with a 5th-round draft pick and an unrestricted free agent rookie. Not too many. There aren't too many out there where they basically say, "Oh, you were in the Pro Bowl last year. Now you're part of a rotation with 2 5'8" guys, right?" So if they utilize him correctly, Knight has said it all along. I think Knight is a lot isn't as down as I am on Latavius Murray. But by watching him today, he ran with power, he ran with authority, he ran with vision, he moved his feet, he wasn't running into the back, he made things out of nothing. We haven't seen that all year. So you got to factor that in as well, right? This offensive line played the game of their lives. This running back played like he played when we first, before he got concussed and found Jesus, right? He played like a beast, which is what we need him to do week in and week out. So, Knight, I know you probably want to jump in on that. You probably think I'm all wrong, but I'm just stating my opinion.
No. I think what we saw from Latavius Murray today was Bill Musgrave used him correctly when I watched the film of even last year. This guy is a way better running back out of the I formation, power back. He's a power back, and he's not the best power back. I won't sit here and say he's the best in the West or the best in the league or the best in the conference, but this guy is way more productive when he's just running straight downhill, no draw, no draw stuff. He's just a different player, and we got that from him tonight, which was great. And as far as Bill Musgrave goes, I mean, yeah, and I'll continue to be hard on Bill Musgrave to a point. But I also said last week, or it's been for a couple of weeks now, that I said it. Once you heard Jack Del Rio talk about priority one is protecting the football, Derek Carr said that's the priority. Use all three elements of the team. It's not all on you. Bill Musgrave calls a game through the philosophy of the coach. So Jack's got him playing a little conservative. Jack's got Derek Carr playing conservative at times. And today you just saw them. There's two things that really stood out to me that was really great about today. Number one, he let Bill Musgrave open it up for whatever reason. Maybe it was the game plan because that's the way you attack the Broncos, but he opened it up. And he also let Carr just be Carr. If you notice how Carr played, and everybody's like, well, he didn't get 200 yards passing. No, he didn't have to. I mean, he just seemed more relaxed out there than I've seen him all year long. He just, he was doing more than taking what the defense gave him. He just let his running backs do their job, and then he made the plays that he needed to make. And that's one of the big reasons why we won the game. So are we going to get that week in and week out? Probably not. But I would love to see this offense grow from here. And I think maybe that is the whole plan here is to continue to work Carr in and get Carr super comfortable and then just unleash this guy. At least that's what I'm hoping. So as long as they do that, hey, Bill Musgrave, obviously he knows what he's doing, and we wouldn't be where we're at if he didn't. So I just wish he'd be a little bit more aggressive like today. If he did this more today, like the rest of the year, I think we have a chance to be like 13-3.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like I said, like you were saying, if he can continue to be aggressive and this defense can continue to get better, I honestly can't see us not making the playoffs, man. I mean, this team is coming together. They play hard. They play well. Honestly, I think we're getting to that point maybe where we could be looked at as maybe the best team in the AFC. I'm not going to go there just yet, but I think we're getting there. I think this team's going to keep getting better, and sky's the limit.
Amen.
Absolutely.
All right, man. We got to let you go, but we appreciate you calling. Go over to YouTube, click on the Will to Win. We do a daily show. Hit the subscribe button, and we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, I watch you guys every day, man. You guys are great.
All right, cool, brother.
Thanks, brother,
Take
man.
care.
We appreciate it.
All right, one more call, and then we have the watch. But we got a caller calling in from Richmond, California. We got to make it quick, caller. What's going on?
Hello?
Yep, you're on.
Hey, I just wanted to say it was a great win today. I just think we should use our tight ends more because we have a three-headed monster running back. And the way when we use Patrick Walford, we got a big advantage. We got to start using more our tight ends.
Yeah, I agree. I think we talked about that earlier all week long. I think we talked about it in the pregame show. I think, that's something, our tight ends, utilizing our running backs more coming out of the backfield. But for sure, I mean, we've got 4 legitimate wide receivers. I thought Andre Holmes did a fantastic job today, made some incredible catches. Then you look at the running backs and what they were able to do on the ground. That's going to open up the seam, and the tight ends need to start making their money by getting down into the seams and catching the ball. Knight?
Absolutely. Jack Del Rio brought it up himself a couple of weeks ago, and you see them starting to implement them more. I think they used the tight end a lot more in Tampa than they did today, but you saw the effectiveness of when we actually started using our tight ends, especially that big play to Walford down the seam. We need to utilize that more, especially now that teams are looking for the draw, they're looking for the screens, and they're looking for those little out passes to the sideline. This is a perfect time to exploit that and use our running backs more on the wheel routes. That's another part of the equation there is, hitting these running backs coming out of the backfield while they're moving forward, not sitting in the pocket. So I see a lot of things starting to develop, and I think it was just part of the process. I think they started off the season, they were working some things in. They wanted to use. I mean, did you guys notice how much Carr played under center today? By the way, too, I think they're starting to transition over. I'm hoping into what I've been wanting to see from this team and from Bill Musgrave, and I think the tight ends will be a part of that as well moving forward. I think today they got into a situation where they wanted to make sure that Ware and Von Miller was controlled, so they did a lot of 6-man offensive linemen using extra linemen and stuff in there for protection, and it worked in the running game as well. So we'll see what happens in a couple of weeks against Houston.
And then also, you guys are talking. I heard listening. You guys were talking about what are our predictions for the season.
Yep.
I don't think we should get ahead that far yet. We should take one game at a time because Raiders are going to play Houston in Mexico City. Mexico City is a high altitude, and the way Seabass is kicking right now, missing cheap shots that would have been like easy for him 3 seasons ago. Mexico City is a high altitude. It's like playing in Denver. So it's not going to be a cheap shot. Houston is playing okay right now. Carolina has an okay record, but Carolina is the defending NFC champions. So we can't go ahead forward and start saying, we can win this one, we can lose this one, we can win this one. Because earlier you were saying we can make wild card by winning this and that. But you were going to aim for winning the division, even though it's going to be complicated. But the teams we got next, the record don't speak for what they're playing for. We still got to play the games.
Correct.
Yeah, I think any time that we start talking about what we think their record is going to be, it's merely speculation. We're communicating with the fans, just trying to look at what we think or how we feel at this point. We're 7-2 at this point. I think we should probably with an 80% probability make it into the playoffs as either a wild card or as a division champ if we continue on doing what it is that we're doing. But every team is going to have their hurdles. Every team's going to have to try to figure out injuries and XYZ. You do absolutely take it one game at a time. But you're also looking to project. We are not the Raiders. We're fans. We can sit back and speculate and say, oh, wouldn't it be great if we were 14-2? Wouldn't it be great if we won out for the rest of the games? Is it possible? It's absolutely possible. Kansas City won 10 straight games last year, against teams that were supposedly better than them. It's just something to do, and it's just a way of kind of looking at it. Where do you think that we can be, watching this football team? And I will repeat it again. If that offensive line plays the way that it played tonight, if this running game begins to pick up and they start taking what it is that they want, and this defense plays as solidly as they played tonight, look, we're scoring 30 points a game. Our average is up near 30 points per game. So what did we talk about before? We're going to need to outscore people. And that's what we've been doing up until this point. But, you're absolutely correct. We could lose every game from this point out and be 7-9, not make the playoffs. And, hey, this was the high point of our season. But where's the fun in that? So, it's a good win. 7-2, number 1 in our division, Sunday night game at home where they've been struggling. Going into the bye, we got 2 weeks to put together a game plan for Houston. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling on top of the world at this particular point right now, and I don't see any teams out there. We're not playing the Steelers. We're not playing the Patriots. So we're probably not going to run into a buzzsaw until we get into the playoffs. I think we beat the Chiefs. I think that was an anomaly. And again, I don't want to get too much into it. We got to go. But no, we appreciate your call. Absolutely agree with you. But it's simply a way of projecting forward. It has nothing to do with, us
reality.
Overlooking.
Wouldn't it be great to see the Raiders versus the Patriots rematch in the playoffs?
I think Raiders versus Patriots in the playoffs, then Raiders versus Packers in the Super Bowl would exercise two demons from our past. Obviously, the Tuck rule, and then Super Bowl number 2, where the Green Bay Packers, beat us. So I think if we were able to get there, obviously maybe beating Denver. Playing Denver in that last game, and then having Denver have to come back to the black hole, beat Denver, then move on to the Patriots, beat the Patriots, and then meet Green Bay in the Super Bowl. I think those, you beat the Super Bowl, the previous Super Bowl champions in the playoffs, then you'd go and you'd exercise the Tuck rule, then you'd get in and you'd have a young Derek Carr taking over for Aaron Rodgers, and again avenging that Super Bowl loss and start us on the road toward greatness. Hey man, we appreciate you calling. We got to move along, but we hope to hear from you again after the next game, man. We're here after every game. We're on YouTube, The Will to Win. Go there, check us out. We do a daily show. Like, subscribe, and we appreciate you calling, brother.
All right, man. You guys have a good evening.
Take care.
You too, my man.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, folks, we are wrapping up the show. And what a show it's been. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, but we are wrapping up the show. We have for you, directly in from Las Vegas, Nevada, where he is currently touring on the Las Vegas, Nevada Strip. He has a magic show. He works with lions. He's got he's doing all kinds of different things. He's the number one, the highest ranking gambler in all of Las Vegas. He does it the right way, folks. It's going down for real. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please welcome to the stage, Watts.
Yeah. What's up, man? Really, I wish I was in Las Vegas, but you know what I'm doing right now, man? I'm sharpening my blade, man. I'm gonna chop these donkey heads off in the morning, though. And I'm gonna have a good night's sleep, man. I'm gonna have a good night's sleep because my Raiders pulled it off, and they pulled it off just like I said they would.
Yep.
In my video. For the Broncos, they did all the 8 keys to success, Pirate, all of them. Murray came with it. The defense held it down. And, man, okay, I don't know if I just think it's just me. But, bro, after the first quarter, the Broncos defense was pure trash. And I was like, whoa. I said, man, these the defending Super Bowl champions? Oh, man, we finna run away with it. So you know what we got to do? We got to keep winning. We can't lose no more games. We got to run away with it because Kansas City is on our back. I ain't worried about the Broncos no more. I already said they was a bunch of flunkies. And we seen on national TV that Von Miller got shut down by my boy Donald Penn. So, hey, the Broncos can't beat us, Pirate. They can't beat us. So, hey, we just need to take this division, man. We just need to take it. So, hey, look, I'm feeling like a prophet right now, man, because my whole page, they showed this team being grown from a seed, man. And everybody's seen everything I've been telling Musgrave to do in the game. And we was unstoppable.
Yep.
Did he get cut off?
I think so.
Yeah, he just got cut off. His phone must have died or something.
Oh, that's too bad. All right, well, the
dang it, Watts. We're apologize for that, Watts.
man. Don't know what happened, but the phone lines are now down. All right, man. I know we got to go. I just want to say one thing. So
your final thoughts. Go ahead.
Normally, we don't condone drinking or, bad language or, we try to be as professional as we can on all of our shows. We want to make sure that we are presenting ourselves in a way that is absolutely G-rated. It's 11 o'clock at night. Your kids should be in bed, man. You're the problem if your kids aren't in bed at this point. Not you, Knight, not you. But I'm just saying anybody else. So just today, I got myself a little Johnny Walker Red, and I want to cheers to the Raider Nation, a little cheers to the Raider Nation, and say congratulations. I'll wait until we go off the air, but I just want to say to you guys, congratulations, hell of a win. And also, we like to throw a shout out there to Mikey Raider. I know there were some misunderstandings about some things, and I just want to say, no hard feelings. This is a great year. We got a great football team, and we absolutely are behind, Raider Central. You guys go and call his line after you call us or after you watch this or whatever. We invite everybody, all of the Raider vloggers. We've had 100 people watching straight. Our views are just growing. So we want you guys to check out everybody else as well, call into their shows, talk to them, watch what they got going on. We just appreciate everybody that has come and has been following us. Facebook, we had a constant stream of 120 people that were following us from there as well. So really, really, really just appreciate all you guys. We just come on here to talk. We just come on here to give our opinions. Not to create any drama. The Will to Win as a show itself is just about content. We just want to put that content out to you guys and just enjoy it, man. When we win, enjoy it. And when we lose, analyze it, talk about it. But I got to say, this football team today surprised me and pleasantly surprised me. And I, like everybody was saying, I hope we just don't go into Mexico and for whatever reason, just, we got too high and we bought into the hype and then we go in there and we get our butts kicked in Mexico. But, if that happens, then I'll have to kind of retract my steps and be like, all right, we still got a ways to go. But I believe that tonight something happened. There was a shift. There is a change in this football team. There is a change in the landscape of the AFC West. It's real. They're going to have to talk about it. Because we don't play anybody next week, they're going to have to talk about it after that as well. So we've got a couple of weeks that we should be getting some pretty decent publicity. Like I said earlier, we're going to be taking the bye week off with the Raiders. We may release something, but we're not going to release things every single day. We've been doing it. It's been just a lot of work. So we want to heal up as well and, allow some other people to get out there, put their voices out there, man, and join in. Like I said, I believe that, we're the best at what we do only because I want to continue to produce the best material, not because I believe anybody else has any less talent or they are any less than we are. We're just in a competition kind of with ourselves. And when things are said in jest or things are misinterpreted, sometimes those things can get out of hand. But I just want to make sure that from our side, we're not, involved in that at all whatsoever. But great win. And once again, all of you guys watching, man, we love you guys. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We appreciate your guys' support. And that's what I got to say about that. And as soon as we go off the air, I'll take a drink.
Well-deserved drink too, my brother.
Yes.
And I'll just add to that real quick. I kind of reluctant to even go there, but if any of you other YouTube vloggers are watching, people that I've gotten to know over the last 3 years, there's no hard feelings here whatsoever. I love you all. Mikey, inspired me to do what I do. So there will always be love there for every single one of you. You guys are always welcome to come in and be guests on the show. I've sent out messages. And I know everybody's busy and everybody's got their own thing going on, but we welcome everybody. We love everybody. We respect and appreciate everybody. And, you know, like Pirate said, this ain't no competition here. We just want to be the best that we can be, what the will to win wants to be, and the kind of content we want to put out and the way that we like to put it out. So much love to everybody. So if you guys are not following anybody else, go to Raider Central, go to the Black and Silver Way, Raider John, Raider Nation News, Mr. Raider Kid 24, Autumn Wind 96, my boy Byron, what's up, brother? Hit me up. Man, I just see, I don't, this is one of the reasons I don't like doing this either. And I know other people touch on it. It's hard to remember everybody, but we love you all. We're all one family. We're all one nation. There's only one nation, First Nation, Raider Nation. We say it all the time. And like Pirate said, please hit the subscribe button. Continue to follow. We'll put something out this week, you know, but I think a break is much needed. Actually, I'm going to be taking an extended break, but we'll get into that next week. And I'm excited about that too, but we'll get into that in a later date. But always remember, you can go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at The Will to Win, or email us any questions and concerns at the w2w@gmail.com. That is the w2w@gmail.com. And a lot of you YouTube vloggers have my number. So if you guys want to be a guest on our morning show, you know, that we do together every day, just hit me up. You guys know how to get a hold of me. For the Raider Pirate, I'm the Oakland Knight. This has been brought to you by the Will to Win broadcast. We will see you guys next week. And until then, our first place in the AFC West, Oakland Raiders, will be heading into Mexico City. And until then, y'all stay Raiders strong. We're out of here.